Hello, everyone. I'm George Mossey. I'm here with Marshana Dahlia, and we're back after a long 7-day break from 90 Day Fiancé. We got the Super Bowl. Congrats to whoever won. I didn't watch it. So let's just jump right in and talk about the couples that we got last night. Tarek and Hazel were on the show, and it was all serious last night because it wasn't out about a girlfriend. It was more so about her son, Harry. He had a fever, which is not normally a big deal, but since the coronavirus and the lockdowns were just starting in her country and in our country, we were very worried as she was. So the whole situation was really difficult for her. So we got to see her be a mom and be in her emotions. And we actually saw Tarek be there for her and kind of empathize with her, which I thought was really good.
Yeah, I really, really felt for Hazel yesterday because, even me as a new mom, like when you hear that your baby's not feeling well, even if there weren't a whole pandemic outside, there is this like inclination to just kind of worry for your child. So I really felt for her. I empathized. I also like tweeted that yesterday, and there were some people. Who are you folks that follow us on Twitter who were not really empathetic because they were like, oh, she's so concerned about a girlfriend. But I mean, okay, yes, she wants a girlfriend, but that doesn't mean she's a bad mom and doesn't care for her son. She's been very clear with the reason why she doesn't have her son with her is because she didn't have money. It takes finances to raise your children. So I think that some people are already like a little bit biased towards Hazel because she's a non-custodial mom, but she is still a mom nonetheless. And the only thing preventing her from really being able to take care of her child full time is her finances. So by her coming to the States, she's been very clear with Tarek that the goal is to bring her son here. So she is trying to benefit him.
I believe that, and I'm hoping that they can do that. And I know a lot of people have seen on Twitter that I did talk about Tarek did file for bankruptcy recently, almost $500,000. So I don't know how much that's going to help or hurt her case for custody. So I'm hoping that it doesn't hurt them because technically they're not married. So that doesn't necessarily is going to be counted against her because they're not together in a marriage yet. So I'm hoping that that doesn't hurt her chances of bringing her little boy over to the United States. And hopefully everything is good with Tarek because that's a big deal, a huge situation. And I hope that they're okay because I've never filed for bankruptcy, but I know that it's a huge situation and you can lose all types of assets and property and cars and all types of things. So I just really hope that things are working out well for them. And it's unfortunate that that type of thing is public record because it's really hard for everybody to know what you're going through when you're going through something like that.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So let's talk about Andrew. We didn't get any Amira last night, but we saw Andrew. He was wrapping up his 10-day Mexican vacation, and he lands back in Roseville, California, and his mom picks him up. And it's funny because I said, who else would pick him up? Who else would pick up this guy? He's got the only a mom can love face and only a mom can love attitude. So I was like, obviously his mom is going to pick him up. And before they can even get home, he's already telling his mom how he has a new plan. And the funniest part of it is his mom is looking at him like, are you actually serious right now? Even she's doubtful. And she's like, well, you should think more so about her safety and, what would happen to her if you did this. And he's like, oh, well, it's a sure proof plan. Nothing can go wrong. And she's thinking, well, she's like, well, that's what you said about the last plan. And she ended up detained and deported. And he just doesn't seem to take any responsibility. Like he knows that he came up with the plan. He knows that it backfired. He knows that she went through a hell of a lot emotionally and physically. And he's just like, well, we'll try it a different way.
Yeah, no, there's a piece that is not connecting and landing for Andrew, and I'm not sure what that is. I mean, he's saying last night that Amira doesn't really want to talk about what happened, probably because she's so traumatized. And then also, I don't believe that Amira doesn't want to talk about it. I'm almost inclined to believe that he doesn't want to hear about it because if he heard and if he could receive, then that would deter him from coming up with new half-brain schemes to send her to Serbia, where he can't even go. So I'm not buying it all the way. I mean, I feel like it's very highly insensitive to even expect that Amira would be in any kind of mental space after what she's been through to go through it again in Serbia, where he can't even be there. So good night, Andrew. Good night.
Yeah, goodbye, Andrew and Amira. We didn't see you last night, but hopefully you are moved on and you're dating someone who has some empathy, because this guy is just heartless. So let's talk about one of my favorite scenes last night. So Rebecca and Zied went out to eat with her daughter Tiffany and her son-in-law Micah, and they brought some friends. And among those friends was a little cute thing named Hannah. No, I think what Rebecca said was a cute little skinny beautiful girl. I can't remember exactly what she said, but along those lines. And she took a little interest in Zied. She was like, I've never met anyone from another country. And she's asking him questions. She invites herself on a hunting trip. She invites herself to help him move while Rebecca is at work. And I think the funniest part about it was Zied was completely oblivious to the flirting, never caught it. It completely went over his head. But the glaring look of anger and disgust on Rebecca's face is just what everybody in America was like, oh my God, is she going to reach over the table and hit this girl? Like, she was so angry. Her insecurities were just at an all-time high.
I mean, insecurity to me is where, like, it's not based in any sort of reality, right? This is based in reality. Rebecca's a middle-aged woman who, is of a particular age and, whatever. She knows she used to, edit the life out of her photos and stuff like that. And she's feeling some kind of type of way because here's this young, pretty little firm young thing eyeballing her man. I tweeted last night, I said, Rebecca, you want me to handle her for you?
I saw it.
I will. So I get it. And I think any woman, if you love somebody and you're pretty protective of your relationship, it doesn't necessarily make you I don't think it's insecure to feel that way. I think it's like, it's kind of real. This girl was making moves on Zied like as if Rebecca wasn't even there. It was borderline disrespectful. So I was like, I'll get her for you. I will get her for you.
At first I wasn't 100% sure if it wasn't a honest talking, but I think everybody that was tweeting me kind of made sure that they made it aware to me that this wasn't just she was being nice. She was being flirty. She was actually, and I thought it was really odd that she did it with Rebecca so close to her. It was just almost a blatant act. So I thought that was almost like she was trying to do it to get under Rebecca's skin. And I'm not 100% sure if that's exactly what she was doing, but she definitely made it seem like she wanted to get underneath Rebecca's skin. Oh, I think you're on mute. Oh, I lost you somehow. All right, guys, that's part one. We're going to be back with part two, and we'll figure out our technical difficulties here. So we'll be back with part two, and we're going to discuss more of 90 Day Fiancé, the episode 8. I'm sorry, season 8, episode 10. I'm George Mossey. This is Marshana Dahlia Spavento. I'll put our Twitters and Instagrams at the bottom. Make sure you follow us. We live tweet every Sunday night, and we would love to have you with us. And I will be back with Marshana for part two. Thank you guys so much.